All right, what is up, everybody? Just a reminder, we are in our devotion series. So when you get here, we will be on the floor. I'm not sure exactly where everybody is going to be quite yet because we have more people on than we did last week, but it will be somewhat of a similar setup to how this past week was. All right. Another thing to know with your in-ears, if you use one ear, totally fine. That's what I'm doing right now. But make sure to take your actual in-ear off. And then if you end up taking both ears out, which is fine as well, make sure to turn your pack down or just off because we are going to be so close to people. I don't want it to just be, you hear the click and guide just blasting through if we were to do that. So just know that if you do it, totally fine, no big deal at all. If you use one ear, take your in-ear off. And if you're, at some point going to take both ears out, just turn your pack off, all right? So this week, we will start with King of My Heart. So countdown video right into King of My Heart. I had the testimony video there, but I actually moved that to be the bumper video. More people will pay attention to it that way. So King of My Heart, verse 1 will be Alex. We'll come in on the first chorus together, saying the first 2, verse 3, second chorus. I'll take those 2 bridges, and then from there, when it would go up the octave, we will come in together and be in until the end of the song. Again, note with these songs, we don't have full drums, so we just have like a drum pad. So when you're leading, if you're leading a song, just know that obviously, you're still singing out of the passion of what the words are singing. We're just kind of taking out certain parts. So really what's guiding and leading us, it allows us to focus on the words a little bit more, I think, instead of, oh, this is where the drums are hitting in, so therefore I need to sing this harder. Like, no, this is where we're proclaiming truth even more so. So let's really sing this out, all right? And then from there, we'll jump into our scripture reading. I'll take that, and then we'll get into Great Are You, Lord. Verse 1 will be Adrian. We'll come in on the first chorus together, staying into verse 2, second chorus. First 2 bridges will just be Adrian. Come in on bridge 3, and then we'll be in until the end of the song. All right? We'll have a crossfade into Gratitude. So the only thing that's changing on this song is the fact that the last chorus will just be normal. So when you're listening to the track, there's a bunch of chord changes and just different sounding notes that aren't in the other choruses. I'm not going to do that because I want that last chorus to really just be congregation singing together. So I'm going to back off the mic, and we'll just let that be a time for everybody to sing together, really just voices. So that last chorus will just be a normal sounding chorus, all right? But verse 1 I'll take, verse 2 I'll take. We'll come in on chorus 1 together, staying into verse 3. Second chorus, I'll come in on bridge 1. Then bridge 2 and 3 will come in together. We're shortening down the instrumentals and interludes and transitions into that last chorus. So we'll do 2 pass-throughs through instrumental 1, and I'll just kind of do some ad-libbing things there. Transition 2 will happen, and then we'll jump to that last chorus, which again, I'm really just going to ask everybody to sing out together. Sermon bumper will play, which again is the testimony video for Connor and Catherine. It's about 2.5 minutes long, 3 minutes long, which is great because I'm preaching. I hate the fact that I have to play and preach, but it just kind of is what it is. We're doing an acoustic series, and I need to play acoustic. So anyways, the transition back will look a little different because obviously I'm preaching. So we'll have the typical response time. I will set that up. And then the click and loop is being started back here at the board. So Shannon will start it before I'm set. I don't want anybody to think that something's going on, something's wrong. That's intentional. So that will start. Sean will help me kind of, transition from that time, take some things from me and kind of help me get my guitar and stuff on. So when the click and loop starts, it'll just be Trina and Stephanie being ready to go. So again, I don't want you guys to, worry or get freaked out like, oh, he's not set up. That's fine. And I'm going to get everything on as quick as I possibly can, and then just start playing to help with timing and stuff. So on Jesus You Alone, Trina, I know you've heard the click for it before, but just know it's 6/8, so it's always a little bit faster than maybe people think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because it feels very chill, because in the beginning it's just pad and piano. So sometimes that can kind of catch people off guard. So just know that. But verse 1 and pre-chorus will be Trina. We'll come in on the first chorus together. Verse 2, pre-chorus, chorus 2, all of that we'll stay in on. Going out halfway through verse 3, so you shed your blood, that will be Trina. We'll come in on and you rose from death together. And then from there, it's how we typically have done this song, where it goes verse 3, chorus 2, and then we skip over the repeat of chorus 2 and we go right to the down chorus 3. Okay, so it would be holy, all the earth singing holy, and then on the track it repeats that. We won't repeat it. We'll go straight from chorus 2 down to chorus 3, which is a down chorus. Holy, I can't help but sing, holy. All right. And that last chorus, we'll let that be Trina. And then we'll go into the offertory time. What I want us to do is, what we'll do during that is go back to chorus 2 and do chorus 3. And we'll kind of just keep those chill, but sing both of those together, and then we'll be done for the day. All right, so if you have any questions whatsoever, if you're slightly unsure, if you need additional rehearsal, whatever it is, please ask me. And if you need rehearsal, whatever here, we can set that up. If you just need a quick question, text me, call me, whatever, and we'll get it squared away. All right, so band, this is where you will start the video. Two biggest things to note is just we are using click and guide. However, basically the only things within the loop are some pads. Rob, I don't know if I'll leave any percussive stuff in. I'll let you make that call. Last week we did, but that's because we didn't have anybody playing drum pad. But really it's pads, some, organ, stuff like that. And that's really it. Minus that, we're covering everything else. So the other thing to note, the songs that are linked are there to be more song maps. So here's how the song is. That's not necessarily how we're playing it, right? Because we don't have full drums. I don't want us just like blasting everybody with a bunch of like overdrive and these crazy big things. If you were here this last week, what we did was kept it very reverby is the best way to put it. Very spacey, ambient. Every once in a while, we'll hit like a big chord or something together. But it's a little bit more like ear candy stuff. There's parts in there like, I don't know, Jesus You Alone. There are some like more lead line parts. So both, maybe something that you would typically play, it just wouldn't be with so much overdrive. It would be more reverb and stuff like that. And so just to kind of take the guesswork out of maybe what effects you should use, I went ahead and had Sean and I make basically board templates for each week with your effects and stuff. So I have all of those. I will send those over to you. Well, Sean has them. He's sending them to me, and then I'll put them in a file and send them over to you as soon as I get them from him. So that way you can just go ahead and have those effects set up, and you can kind of know, okay, this is the literal space that we're trying to go into. But we will jump into the countdown video. I had the testimony video there originally, but I changed that. Jump into King of My Heart. And then, again, so this is one of those songs, Rob's going to be on drum pad, so he could still do like a doom, 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 but, it's not going to be such big toms. Doom, 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 ka. So, if you were to play certain things, it's just going to be a little different. It's really going to be a feel thing. So if you need additional rehearsal here, let me know. And if you feel like I can kind of, gauge it on Sunday morning, I think this is where we're going to go in my practice time. I'll play it this way and see if that works for Sunday. That's fine too. Then we'll jump to our scripture reading. So on this one, Stephanie, if you want to go ahead and kind of just get us into Great Are You, Lord, and just play the intro, that would be great. I'm not going to really say much at all. Just read the scriptures, and then we'll jump right into Great Are You, Lord. So Adrian will lead us in this. It's in D, but minus that, we're not really changing anything. One thing that we will do, kind of talking about songs, how we're going to play them, we'll still do, you give life, 2, 3, 4. You are love, 2, 3. You bring light to the darkness, you give hope. And then we're just kind of playing normally. So again, I know that's usually a time where like we would typically do more overdrive because that would make more sense. When this one, you can still play those chords and things, but we're not going to do overdrive. It'll just be more, reverb, maybe a little bit of delay, something like that. All right. But minus that, we're playing the song as is, and then what we will do is have a crossfade into gratitude. Only thing we're changing on this song is, I guess two things. But first off, the last chorus, we won't do chorus 2 progression, where it's, kind of those funky chords, funky notes, because I want that to just be a normal chorus that we're all singing out. I'm going to back off the mic during that time. And so I just want to keep it chorus 1 progression because it's just going to sound better. If everybody's singing the normal melody, the normal time, that'll just be better to do overall. So we're never going to play chorus 2 progression. And then the other thing we're doing, this is what we've done the last few times, but at a bridge 3, we have instrumental 1, doing that 2 times like the chart, skip over the interlude, and we go right down to transition 2. And once transition 2 is done, we'll go to chorus 1 progression. All right, so bridge 3, instrumental 1 happens twice, skip over interlude, transition 2, chorus 1, and then we'll be done. Maybe I may tag the last chorus or yeah, may tag that last course twice, but that's how that transition will work. Okay. Any questions on that? Let me know. But I think I explained it okay. Testimony video will play. So the bumper video will be 2.5, 3 minutes. So that'll be good because I'm preaching. So that transition time will look a little bit different. Said this to vocals, but I hate the fact that I have to play and preach, but it just is what it is. Doing an acoustic series, I can't not play. I'm just being honest. So we'll get into the message time. I'm still going to set that up the same exact way. It'll feel very similar. Sean is actually going to help me transition from my message into that time, but I think band would go ahead and need to be up there early. So when Rob gets up, or comes out, either way, but when you see him move to come up the stage, that's your cue to come up, all right? And again, click and loop will be started back here at the board. We're doing that for this series. I can't remember if I mentioned that already. I know I did to vocals, but Rob, you don't have to worry about that. It just is saving on space because there's already a good bit up there, and this makes it look a little bit cleaner. So when we get ready for Jesus You Alone, Shannon will start that. He will start that before I have my guitar on, okay? So before I'm set, he will start the click for Jesus You Alone, because that's just going to work the best. It's going to be weird if I set up this time and then we all just watch me put my guitar on, turn it on, tune up, make sure I'm good to go. It just would be weird. So we're not going to do that. I will set up the time as typical, and then Shannon will start the click. So Stephanie will be you and Trina really starting and leading that time, and then I'll get all my stuff on as fast as I possibly can. To then kind of just, join in, hopefully by the pre-chorus. Hopefully it doesn't take me that long, but it might, I don't know. All right. I think that is it. If you have any questions, you need any additional rehearsal, any small thing you need clarification on, let me know, and I'll see you guys Sunday.